Okay, guys, we're live. This is going to be a quick podcast. This is Jimmy.
I'm Chris.
I'm Anthony.
And tonight we're going to review the Chris Stapleton Traveler album. We've had a pretty good while to listen to this, and I think everybody has basically probably gone through the same amount of indecision as I have. Who wants to go first?
Anthony, why don't you give it a go there?
Well, I think I was talking to Jimmy yesterday about this.
Yeah.
The first time I listened to this album, I had one clogged ear, two screaming kids, and I could barely hear anything. It was resting on about a 4. First time I heard it, I couldn't get into it. I grabbed a headset later on when I could finally hear again, and I haven't been able to stop listening to it since. And now the album's probably sitting at a 9.75 out of 10 for me.
It's quite a glowing. I told you initially, you kind of told me you didn't care for it, and I was like, I think you need to give it another listen, man.
Yeah, and there's only maybe one song in this whole album that still has to grow on me a little bit.
Which one's
it's
that?
That More Review song, number 7.
Okay.
It's a little too peppy for this album in my mind. I like it. All the other albums is more kind of darker and countryer, and this one's got a little bit of a pep to it. But I mean, the song. Look at the songs now. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all of them just awesome songs. And number 9, Daddy Doesn't Pray Anymore. It's the kind of country music that I've been missing.
Yeah.
I don't hear country like that anymore. So yeah, I give it high marks, man. I can listen to it again.
That's good.
This is on that Jason Isbell album too. It was on rotation with this one a lot. So
yeah.
Another one we reviewed. So yeah, high marks, man. Very high marks.
Right. Hey, tell her that there's no place for a woman in this podcast.
Oh gosh, come back. I'm just kidding.
So you gave it a 9.75, did you, Anthony?
Yeah, I think I would, man. I really do. There's a lot of songs in there I really enjoy listening to.
Okay.
So,
Fair enough.
Hard to find good country music these days. I can only name a few off the top of my head that I kind of go back to that I consider still pretty country. So
I'll take the ball and run then. If
Hit it up.
Well, I like this
album.
I felt like it's funny, man. The first listen I liked it. Then I talked to you. You kind of indicated you didn't like it, and I was like, well, maybe I need to give this more critical listen. So I listened, and then I talked to Jimmy. He said he didn't like it. I thought, this thing won album of the year in 2015, the country music album of the year. Won a Grammy for that. So I know Grammys mean squat, quite honestly, but I mean, ask Jethro Tull or Metallica what they think of the Grammys. But anyway,
Jethro Tull.
Onto this album. I wound up giving it an 8.5 out of 10, I guess. I thought it was pretty good. I felt like this album kind of broke down in about 3 different categories. You had the first 6 songs, which are kind of his radio hits, and they were good songs. When I was listening to this album, I was watching. I'd like have it on my phone, streaming it on there, and I'd see the lyrics coming through. Lyrically, it's very strong. And a lot of stuff we listen to is like instrumentally strong. I wouldn't say that's the case with this stuff, but it's good, and it's singer-songwriter kind of stuff. They did a really good job with it. And in that, the first part of this album got really high marks for me. It started out with an 8.5, 9, 8.5, 9, 10, 9.5. Then he's got 3 songs he does with his wife in a row: 7, 8, and 9. More of You, When the Stars Come Out, and Daddy Doesn't Pray Anymore. Daddy Doesn't Pray Anymore. I gave a pretty good rating to. The other 2, kind of think it's the weak part of the album personally. Those were kind of down in the 7s for me. And then you hit 10 through 14, and I swear, guys, I got like a Hank Williams Jr. vibe off this guy on those songs.
Yeah.
Which I mean, complimentary. It's like he got his mojo back in that end of that album. I think he finished it strong, and then you got this blues rock album or song at the very end that's great. I mean, I liked it, and then the only reason 8.5, I feel like it's a pretty good review personally. That's typically that's not bad, and the only thing that brought it down were a few of those songs in the middle for me. I did feel like 14 songs is a lot of songs to throw onto an album, and I felt like a lot of these songs, even though he's got like the singer-songwriter vibe going on, they're too short. And I guess he does that for radio play or whatever.
Well, it's country. Country's always been known to 3 to 5 minutes tops.
I guess so. Let's see what other notes I put here.
Maybe even 2 to 5 or 2 to 4.
And let me tell you, there's every time I think of Chris Stapleton, I don't know if you guys you probably don't ever watch these like reality, like The Voice or these shows like that. Every time they get a country music artist on these shows, I've noticed here recently, they'll throw a couple of Chris Stapleton songs out there to try to like give the guy like some legitimacy or something. I feel like country music feels like this guy's their torchbearer. I really do. I think they know a whole lot of their stuff is Luke Bryan pop crap, basically. And they're trying
don't
to
get on Luke Bryan, man. I like Luke Bryan.
Okay, but that's a different day.
No, he's good, man. He's good.
But
anyways,
they see this guy as like somebody that can give them a little more legit. Most of it's turned to pop these days. You got to admit on country radio. And this guy like throws it back to the 90s. He's got like, to me, he reminds me of like a cross between Travis Tritt and Hank Williams Jr. And I mean that positive in both ways. He's got a great voice. He's a good songwriter. There's like a forced kind of Duck Dynasty vibe with the guy. I don't know beyond that, but like I gave it 8.5, and I liked him. I'd probably round it up to a 9, quite honestly. I feel like that's a low score for this album, but that's just due to some of the stuff in the middle that I thought, some of the slower stuff that I couldn't get into.
My rating also came from the fact that this is kind of what country needs right now.
It does.
Like, give high marks for that too.
They know it.
There's about a couple artists that I listen to that I can actually think actually have a country sound that are still country, like Eric Church and Jason Aldean. They have country styles and peppier sounds, but it's hard to find good country artists anymore.
Yeah,
I think country's just slow. I don't know. I don't think there is a true country anymore.
This guy's as close as it gets.
Yeah.
There was a song. Man, let me see if I can remember which one it was. Man, the song reminded me so much. Oh gosh, I should have taken a note on this. It sounded almost like, it reminded me like a George Jones tune. It really did. When I was listening to it, it was later in the.
My Daddy Doesn't Pray Anymore.
I think it was it 26. I really liked that song.
Yeah, that was a good song.
That was a good. I don't know. This good vibe to it. I like the second. Like once he that was his wife. I had to look it up. I was like, who's this female he keeps singing with? 3 songs in a row there. Okay, the third one was pretty good, but after that,
I like When the Stars Come Out.
Vibe, and I liked it. So I'll go with a 9. I'm rounding it.
I liked When the Stars Come Out. I thought it was a pretty good song.
Weak pointed out for me. All right, Jimmy.
What do you think, Jimmy?
All right, boys. Just like y'all, I started off thinking this thing was a big turd, overrated turd. But I gave it multiple listens. I probably listened. I guess probably 6, 8, maybe 10 times.
Really, the whole album 10 times?
Yeah, dude. It's a beast to listen to. This is a lot of stuff to take in for somebody that doesn't listen to a lot of country.
Wow, I only listened to it 3 times all the way through, so that's impressive.
I try. I want to like it. I want to appreciate it more. I will say this: this is probably the best country album that's been released in 20 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm thinking you guys are, dang, this is not a 9, in my opinion. I'm thinking closer to an 8, maybe an 8.5. Everybody, you guys summed it up like I did. The first half of this album rocks. The middle section absolutely blows. And the last 10 through 14 is fantastic. And I will tell you what, the last 2 songs are absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
I can't justify giving this a freaking 10. I can't justify giving this a 9. I will settle with an 8, 8.5 maybe. I enjoyed it, and there's no denying it. I like some of the bluegrass feel for it. It has a lot of folk feel in it.
Yeah.
Am I going to listen to this all the time? No.
Yeah.
This is exactly what country music needs, because I'm looking at a list of the worst country music artists of today's era over here. Georgia Line, absolute garbage. Lady Antebellum, garbage. Sugarland, garbage. Luke Bryan, garbage. Jason Aldean, garbage. Taylor Swift, garbage.
Don't give
this country anymore, by the way, man.
Oh, Tay, boo. No, listen, that's just not my style. Listen, those guys, most of those bands want to be pop stars, period.
A lot of them do. You're right, man.
They are in the wrong.
Jimmy, the problem too these days, there's no pop music left either.
Yeah, well,
pop radio.
You are right about
absolutely
that.
It's all rap
point,
music.
Anthony.
It's all rap music. And artists like Luke Bryan have no place to go with this kind of sound. Where are they going to go?
It is good top 40 radio is where it needs to go, but
well, I mean, I'm saying it doesn't exist if it's not rap or something. Or
I'll tell you the thing. I don't know why we keep picking on Luke Bryan, because he's not the only one. But
he's
guy,
got some good tunes, man.
There's no doubt in my mind that he over-exaggerates the twang in his voice just to get it on the radio. And you don't hear this guy, this Chris Stapleton. There's no forced twang at all in this guy's voice. It's just what it is when it comes out. I respect that from that guy. So,
well, that's what I like about Eric Church so much too. You can tell that his
I'm not sure
legitimacy is.
Eric Church, to be honest.
You should listen to him. He's really good. He's very authentic and very different. Really great songwriter too. But in fact, I'd like to suggest one of his albums at some point in time when it's my turn. So.
All right. Well.
Boys.
Yeah.
That's quick.
Go ahead.
That was quick.
Quick and painless.
Yep.
Well, I suggested that album, so if you guys, I'll leave it to you guys to suggest another. Let's not do another country back to back.
Yeah. I'm thinking we got to do a do-over on Five Finger Death Punch.
Oh God, I think I've heard my last Five Finger Death Punch album.
Yeah, dude, Got Your Six. That's the one we need to review that one. Never do it.
If that's what you want to pick, that's fine.
Now hold on a second. Let's not do them back to back like this. Let's find something else.
I have another one in mind too, but I'll probably never listened to him before. Huh?
What you got in mind?
Southern Drawl Band.
Never heard of it.
Okay,
yeah, they're like a trop rock kind of. Huh?
What kind of music is it?
It's kind of like they call it trop rock, like tropical rock. Sort of like Jimmy Buffett sort of sound.
What album?
It's rock.
I'd have to look up their albums. I think it's the.
What's on Amazon Prime?
Drawl Band.
Let's take a look at the Southern Drawl Band.
Dude, I don't see any albums on. They have one song that's on Prime.
Yeah, they're relatively new guys. I mean, they're pretty new on the scene. Trying to see which one like Totally Beachin' or something is the name of one of them I was looking at right now.
Totally Beachin'. I'll listen to it on YouTube.
That'd be a good one to do. There's a couple songs I like a lot on there.
That's fine. We'll write this down because I will not remember this at all.
Southern Draw.
Allentown.
What album are we looking for again? Totally Beaching.
Yep. Landlock is really good. Flip Flopping, Another Day in Paradise, all good songs.
All right.
All right, man.
It's kind of like Jimmy Buffett kind of vibe, you know. And
Now,
sit
We
back
got a
and
little
chill and
time, I think.
relax.
It's not even 10 yet. You guys, it's close. Well, I guess it is. Yeah. You got anything else y'all want to discuss today before you?
How about the Confederacy, man?
You better not say it too loud in your town. They'll hang you.
I don't know. I'm down in the South, a little deeper in the South than you guys are. So,
You're with a bunch of liberal nut jobs.
you know, honestly, this is what is it? Red and blue? Is blue the Democrats?
Yes.
It's like always red, and Raleigh area is always blue, and everything else around is red all the time. So,
Yes, that's true.
I did see where LA is to get rid of Columbus Day. Did y'all see that?
Good.
Why do they? What do they have against Christopher Columbus?
They're gonna make it Aboriginal, like Native American Day or something like that now, or something like that. I forgot the name of it. It's getting a little cray-cray.
This stuff just doesn't even affect me anymore.
It's hard to know what to say to that, man.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. I mean, I understand what Columbus did to the Native Americans, but I mean, he did discover America technically. Technically, I mean, he was a little off, but he sort of did. So.
He discovered the Bahamas, I believe. Right?
Yeah, somewhere down there.
Yeah.
South of Florida.
You okay, Jimmy?
I'm good, brother.
You're about as worn out as I am right now.
Yeah, I'm definitely tired today, boys.
Huh?
Yeah.
I'm tired today.
It's a long process getting a vehicle, man. I'm surprised. I didn't realize you were doing that until you got a hold of you this evening, man.
I wasn't planning on it, but like I said, it got me same payment, so new car, why not?
Yeah.
And my other car was a lease, like I said, it was a leased car, so I just instead of leasing the next car, I purchased it. So,
well, it's always better to purchase than lease anyway, so at least you're ahead in that regard.
True.
You know, so I don't think I've ever leased a car.
Yeah.
But
What is that? When you lease a vehicle, what are the benefits to that? You can just turn it in after a certain amount of
You
time.
trade it in every 3 or 4 years, depending on, or 3 or 4 years, or how many years you want to lease it for. And you typically just get a brand new car.
So what happens when you go over the mileage if you do that?
Well, you have to pay that's the thing. You do have to pay a fee if you go over the mileage. That was the other thing. I was trending over the miles, so I didn't want to have to risk it. And honestly, that really was pretty much the deal breaker for me. I was almost 5,000 miles over at the 2 year mark. And I was like, yeah, I don't know if they can do it, I'll do it. And then sure enough, they held me there forever. I will say this about Volkswagen Credit, guys. While they were doing this, I got a phone call from like some random phone number, and it was Volkswagen Credit calling saying, hey, somebody's trying to purchase a car in your name. Are you at a Volkswagen dealership?
Oh, yeah?
Dude, I was like, yes, I am. And I was like, and he's like, can you verify your identity? And I verified who I was. And I'll be honest with you, dude, that right there stands out a lot to me. I mean, that's where my car was leased to, was Volkswagen, and it was, those guys that I guess their financing has been fantastic, and I'm super impressed with what they've done. So, and just the fact that they called, I was like, wow.
yeah,
That is surprising. I've never had that happen before.
no,
I can't. The only thing I can complain about is how long it freaking takes. But
yeah, I don't understand why car buying has to be so difficult.
that makes two of us, brother.
Easier to buy a house than it is to buy a car, it seems like.
Just about. Good Lord.
Yeah, they both take a while, but God, I'll never forget the day we signed the lease on this, or when we got our mortgage on this house. Good Lord, it felt like it was like a 2-week process, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
But you're right. It should all be online. You should just be able to sign once and you're done. I mean, I don't quite understand what you agree to the terms. I don't know.
I don't know. You would think today's age it'd be a lot easier to get stuff done.
Government overreach, that's what it is, man.
Yes, sir.
So you want to talk about the Confederacy again?
We heard some Hank kind of stuff there. If the South would have won, we'd have had a maid. Or...
There you go.
No, it's unlike Jimmy these days. It's just getting to be so ridiculous. You turn on the news every day and you're just like, what else are we gonna?
I will have to say, I was thinking about this the other day. You look over in Europe, like when the Czech Republic and Slovakia were. Well, I mean, it's a good example because you had like two countries that were kind of forced together due to communism and like separated apart. Is that really that much difference than what would have happened in this country if the Union and the Confederacy would have spread apart? I mean,
it'd been a north and south. It's like a couple other places out there in the world. So
we had our own government. I mean, when you think like we're so much more different. I mean, we just have different beliefs than people in the North do for the most part, I think. I honestly think it might not be a bad thing if we could separate from them. I really don't.
Well, I don't know. We'll see. I mean,
there's plenty of large cities in the South, and there's plenty of people. I think they could handle. I'm not talking about reinstating slavery or anything. I'm just talking about just like some of the nonsense that these people want to do. And it's always like California and New York and places like that. I mean,
so that's your problem. You separate California and New York, this country is probably going to be a whole lot better off. It's absolutely crazy thinking because those two are our powerhouse states, and
so many people in those states. Yes.
Yeah, it's just so many people. It's like, I mean, you think about Northern Virginia, you got that Washington, D.C., Northern Virginia area. There's tons of people there, but my God, New York and California has probably, I mean, am I shooting low here at 25% of the population of the United States lives in those two states alone?
I don't think it's that much, but
it's a lot.
It's a lot.
But, even as big as LA is, that preseason game between the Chargers and Rams last week, you see how small the crowd was for that game?
Dude, I'm not even going to watch NFL anymore. I'm done with the NFL. They can play
even though it's a preseason game, you don't expect a big turnout. I mean, this was like high school level turnout. It was ridiculous how small it was.
I think people are just fed up with the BS and just the lack of respect. These people make millions of dollars. Their lives have nothing to do with what these people are arguing about at all.
Yeah.
The kneeling for the national anthem really does get old. I mean, I think they're not doing themselves any favors by doing this. They really aren't.
Well, I mean, everybody's bitching about Kaepernick right now. He did it to himself.
Not just him.
How
many teams are doing this now? I mean, has every team got a fraction of their players doing this now?
I will say this: at least Pittsburgh's not doing it yet.
Yeah,
but I don't know about the rest of them. I just
know Le'Veon Bell needs to get his butt back to camp and get in the game.
See, now you know why I'm mad. It's retarded.
What's wrong with Bell? Yeah. What's he doing these days?
Holding out.
He's holding out for some reason. I'm not sure why, but
probably financial. Yeah,
I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm like Jimmy with the NFL. I still like it and I still enjoy it, but it's definitely lost some of its luster over the years. It's not as the same as it used to be.
No, it's they're shooting. If the commissioner doesn't understand what's getting ready to happen, I promise you, it's only going to get worse.
You know what gets me, Jimmy, is like, I know y'all give me grief about the CFL, and I'll give you that because a lot of people don't like the CFL. But the game is faster, it's quicker, 20-second clocks, 3 downs instead of 4. And on ESPN, I can get up any time of the day and watch a replay now that I have ESPN. NFL, I can't do that. I got to pay a price to get a replay of a game, unless it happens to be on NFL Network, which I also got to pay to get the NFL Network.
You need a Cody box, bro.
People are tired of it. You can't do it when it's mobile. You can't get it. I can't get games on my Roku sometimes because it's NFL lockdown for some reason. Like, I'm paying for PlayStation View or I'm paying for NFL Network. Why can't I get the damn game that's on?
I'll give you some advice, Anthony. watch college football and soccer and
know.
forget the damn NFL because it's not worth it.
Yeah, college football, man. There's a big, good game on tomorrow night. College football.
Oh yeah, that's a huge game.
Bama
Alabama,
and
Florida
Florida State.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big
I
one.
was surprised to see that one's gonna be on. Yeah,
that's that takes some nerve for both those teams to start the season like that because one of them's going down, and that's
got them balls on it.
I think college football is another one. I can find any kind of game, any time of week, anywhere I want.
That's the whole. I promise you, man. College football. Chris is absolutely right. I should have done this year. Chris did this years ago. I should have done it years ago.
I haven't watched the NFL. I watch the Super Bowl when it's on, just because it's a Super Bowl. But I'm telling you, man, I get up in the mornings, I watch a little soccer, then I watch a little college football. And I'm done, man, and it's great. Yeah, you can sit there and watch sports all day, but like, I don't want to let that capitalize my day. You know.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can't let it capitalize my day anymore with 2 kids at home. So, I watch it in between watching the kids. But I don't know, man. Like I said, NFL games now are 3 hours and 45 minutes long.
Most
college games are
2 hours, Anthony. Just so
what are most college games? 3 hours, something like that.
Yeah, well, college games take a while. Here's the thing with Premier League: you watch it, 2 hours, 45-minute halves. There's like a 30-minute break in between. There's no commercials. They run the commercials on a screen while the game is going on. It's great. It really is.
Yeah, the NFL's they're getting commercials everywhere now. Even they kick off the ball and they go to commercial.
Yeah. I could see, like, I used to, Madison used to be friends with this girl, and her dad was from England. And he just, like, could not understand why people liked American football. He just like, it's so slow. And like they're stopping all the time. He's like, I don't understand how people watch it. He's like, I've tried, I just can't get into it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just I don't know. I just, like I said, I know y'all give me grief for the football I watch, but
I do enjoy watching college. As a matter of fact, I was watching while we were waiting on Jimmy. Florida Atlantic, old Lane Kiffin's first game as a coach is on right now.
They're winning.
They were losing to Navy at the time.
And Navy's not a bad team, guys.
Navy's a tough one to beat. Yeah, they are.
They are.
They always give a fight.
Yeah, anyway, I guess I should.
So what's this album we're reviewing? Let me get a look at these guys.
Southern Draw Band, totally beaching. If you like Jimmy Buffett style music, I don't see why you wouldn't enjoy it.
Give it a listen.
So is this similar to Buffett?
Huh?
Is this similar to Buffett?
It has some similar Buffett sounds. Yeah, you'll recognize a lot of. Have a very Buffett-esque sound. I heard this band when I was watching the Parrot Head documentary. They were playing one of the big Parrot Head things. So that should kind of tell you.
We'll give it a try. See what we think.
I mean, you may not like it. I don't know. But
maybe the lowest score I've given so far. So
yeah, you may surprise yourself. I don't know. I turned them on one day and I listened to them for a few hours, and I really like listening to them. So they've been on my rotation for a while now. So
I made a mistake the other day. I gave Madison my password to Spotify so she could log on and listen to it unlimited. Well, apparently, whenever she's listening, somebody kicks me offline when I'm trying to listen to something, and she's listening to crap all the time on there. So,
hey,
Emily
got on my Spotify. She was listening to some kind of top 40 new stuff, and now I got these mixes come up with Pitbull and stuff. Like, I don't want to hear that stuff. Get off my Spotify. I don't want to listen to Pitbull.
I'm going to have to change the password and get it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, Jimmy, I heard we're Hammerfall is coming to Durham.
That's awesome.
I don't know where they're playing, but
who's this?
I saw that somewhere. Hammerfall.
I
like a power metal.
I got so many shows coming up. It's not even funny, dude.
Yeah, I don't know where they're playing in Durham.
I'm gonna go see Ingve down in Greensboro.
I think that a duck can cover when he gets in Durham.
What's you talking about Ingve, Jimmy?
Yeah, I'm gonna see him down in Greensboro in November. And then I'm going to see Dream Theater in Asheville in November.
Oh, are you? When's that?
That's going to be at that Wolf Auditorium. It's
When are they playing? Like, is it on a weekend or?
it's the 29th, 28th. It's a Wednesday, unfortunately. So I'm going to be sucking it up, driving down there and driving back.
That's a haul. Yeah.
That sucks. Why can't they do it on a week? You know.
What'd you say the date is again?
Do what?
What'd you say the date is again?
I think it's like the 28th or 27th of November. It's
That's
that
not
Wednesday after Thanksgiving.
a week after Thanksgiving.
It's always tough, those weekday concerts. I have to avoid those. Fridays and Saturdays, that's the only days I can really make work right now. Possibly Sundays, but
It is. If it's a really good band, it's worth just taking a day off. But
yeah. Anyways, I guess we should probably call it tonight. It's 10:15. We're all three of us are yawning. I've had a long week, so.
All right, boys.
how many listeners do we have?
Y'all listen to your Southern Draw, and we'll have a review next week.
All right, sounds good.
That sounds good, man.
We'll talk to y'all later.
All right, later on, guys.
See ya.